All right, welcome back once again to my painting studio. In the last video, I added a little bit of lemon yellow to make the green pop a bit. I'm going to go back into the background a little bit now with basically some pink. And I used two kind of pinkish colors. One's a little bit warmer. It's alizarin crimson. And it's kind of a nice rosy color. I just want to get a few highlights. Just brighten some areas of this up a bit. Again, we're down to the very end of this painting, so very few brush strokes at this point. Only add what you want to keep. So where I added that, it's going to pop a bit and look a bit closer. And so I don't want to do it on everything. And the purple in the dark areas is still wet from a bit earlier. But this is dry, so I am blending onto dry paint. So it's not going to blend in with what's behind it without some manipulation. This orange here is wet, so I can kind of swap these around a bit here too. Oops, there's a hair in here. I think it's this rag I'm using. It's very hairy. I have to wipe off the excess paint or it'll just keep building up on the blending brush, and I'll end up painting rather than blending. I might bring a little alizarin crimson back in here too, just to help that blend. I don't like how it's sitting on the surface. Oops. Ooh, that's pretty though. Ooh, I got the white and the blue and the purple, I mean. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's in the background. Yeah, I'm going to bring in a little bit of alizarin crimson. That was alizarin crimson with white, so we'll bring in just the pure color here to kind of blend those and touch them up a bit where it's A little too stark, I think. More layers. More paint. It's just really fine-tuning the details at this point. Really, when I'm looking at it critically, I'm just looking for areas that bother me, that just aren't right. It's not really it's really more of an intuitive sensibility. All right, let me do a little more blending of that. Actually, where's my, I'm going to use the fluffy one here just to soften this a bit more. Wow, sure is dramatic. I'm bringing some of the alizarin crimson into the orange that I put down, orange and yellow I put down earlier. Again, just to kind of soften it, blend it in a bit. I really just want kind of a glow. I don't want a really bright, distracting. Trying to decide when is enough, because I could play with this for hours, but I don't know if it's the best use of my time. So at a certain point, you need to get a painting done so you can move on to something new, which I really want to get back to some other paintings. So while I'm looking at every teeny little brush stroke, I'm also being cognizant of deciding when enough is enough. I mean, every layer, every brush stroke definitely can add to it. Can also detract if you don't know when to stop. There's that part. But it does get cooler and cooler the more you do, I think. That's why I like to do so many layers, because I know the end effect should be pretty cool. I want a little more pop on the green highlights. So let's see here. I have wet paint on there, so I want to be careful. I'm actually going to clean this brush with alizarin crimson because I like the effect it's having. It's about the right size. I just want, I think, a bit of white. Oh, that still has red in it. We don't want that. That will be bad on yellow-green. Drama. I'm going to come in. I put a bunch of white over here. I don't know if it was a good idea in hindsight, but I did. This guy back here just needs a bit more definition. It needs a little more pop over there. It's looking kind of flat still. Do not want to overdo this. Okay, blending just a bit. I don't want to lose it. Just want to smooth it in a bit. Okay. I'm going to use this little blending brush. Come in here and hit some of these tiny, tiny details with white and lemon yellow. And I'm using it on its edge. Okay. Wow. Okay. Another thing that's bugging me, this area again up here has been problematic. Let me see here. I'm going to bring in a bit of the yellow green, that phthalo yellow green that I really like, the bright green. Let's see if I can define this a bit more. Might have to come back into this area and do a bit more still. Yeah, I think I'll bring the Viridian and Phthalo back in here, but because I have white on here now, I can't do that. It won't get that deep shadowy tone. It'll just turn into light blue, which is nowhere else on this painting. So that would be bad. So this is one of those cases where I just have to be patient and sit and wait. I think overall, though, I'm going to let all this dry before my oil size, my glue for the gilding, the gold leaf, arrives in a couple days. That'll give this a chance to dry. And I can look at it and see what are the last little few things I want to do. But I think overall I'm pretty happy with it. Tiny bit of blending here. Because again, we're down to the final bits here. If it's left, it's staying, pretty much. Okay. I don't know about this down here either. I think the same thing here. I kind of lost the dark blue. So I'll probably come back in here with a little bit of shading too. So it's a little bit of back and forth, tiny brush strokes at the very end to make sure everything's exactly how I want it. But very, very close to done. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, all those lovely things. I'm also need a title, so any thoughts you have on that would be awesome too. Thank you so much. Me again. I wanted to give you a picture, a video angle from the front so you could see how it looks. I put the camera to the side just because of, I don't want to block the camera. I have to get up so close with these tiny brushes. So, but just so you can see where we're at, it's almost done. I'm pretty happy. Once again, thanks for watching.